What are you doing? Get away from each other! Good job. No!
Fucking bullshit, fucking bullshit, fucking bullshit, holy shit, oh fucker.
Yeah. Made so you bagged him. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Acting stupid. What's happening? What's happening? I'm a savage.
Do you feel me now? With the taste of your lips, I'm on the ride. You're toxic, I'm slipping under.
At this point, I believe that mental health is a conspiracy. It does not exist. Who has it? Who do you know that has it? Is mentally healthy? Nobody. I have not seen a single person.
Shit's about to...
Maybe, just maybe,
It's mental illness, isn't it?
Je
m'appelle.
m'appelle.
Great. Okay, faster. Je m'appelle.
M'appelle.
Je m'appelle.
Mais poupou.
So my therapist recently gave me this little trick where you turn your mental illness into some kind of like monster or whatever so that it makes it easier to separate it from yourself. So my depression is now a frat boy named Kyle who wears snapbacks and pastel shorts. And let me tell you, it is so much easier to tell a frat boy named Kyle to fuck off when he tells me to sit in bed all day and isolate myself, because I will be damned I tell you, if I ever let a man tell me what to do.
These ladies are hot. They're so very hot.
So much stage to like sauce. We them niggas ain't make touch. We so shoot up, I like shoot. I got racing shit like that. Big ass like it gotta be.
I'm just a kid.
I'm just a kid. I'm just a
It's just a little mistake. It's just a little mistake.
It's just a little mistake.
If you are between the ages of 13 and 21, you are in a psychosocial stage called identity versus role confusion. This means that it is completely normal in terms of the psychology going on in your mind and where you're at in terms of how old you are and your place in the world, that you are allowed to and supposed to question your gender, your sexuality, who you like and don't like, what you want to be when you're older, what you respect and don't respect, what you care about and what you don't. Doesn't matter what your parents tell you, doesn't matter what your school tells you, doesn't matter what society tells you. You are absolutely in the right to be questioning absolutely fucking everything about yourself and the world. So keep doing it until you figure out who you really are and what you want to do and who you want to be with. Okay, so you know those instances when your friends or your family are just having a complete fucking mental breakdown and you are like, what the fuck am I supposed to do in this moment? This is what you should do. The steps of psychological first aid are covered by the acronym ASSIST. So get out a pen and paper and write this shit down. The A stands for how to approach someone. So approach calmly, respectfully, politely, and then maybe help them find an area where you guys can talk about what's going on more quietly. The first S is stabilize their emotions. So talk quietly, talk calmly, and maybe help them with some breathing exercises. The second S is serve their needs. So ask them what they need, don't assume. And if they don't know what they need, then maybe a blanket or some water will help. The I is inform them of just the facts. So say things like, I'm here for you, instead of generalizations like, everything's gonna be okay. And the last S is to support their story. So don't ask them to give you all of the details. If they need to just cry or be silent, then let them, and then listen when they're ready. And the T is treatment.
Hello, 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 hello. It's a motherfucking pleasure.
Watch this, y'all. It's my hidden talent. Oh, you want me to do it again?
Hi, my name is Dr. Courtney Tracy. I am known on social media as the Truth Doctor, and you are now participating in the TikTok Reparenting Month. As a licensed clinician, I'm going to be teaching people for the next 30 days what reparenting is, how you can do it for yourself, and why it would be beneficial. Throughout this reparenting experience, we are going to unlearn childhood habits, learn how to love ourselves unconditionally, and also teach ourselves new ways to live the life that we want to live. All you need for this experience is a TikTok account, a journal, something to write with, and about 10 or 15 minutes throughout your day. And here we go with day one. For the next 30 days, we're gonna be going over each of these topics. We're gonna go over each topic for 3 days, and then we're gonna take a break and I'm gonna teach you a coping skill. So for today, get out your journal and for 10 to 15 minutes, think about each of these categories and what you'd like to change about them. Tomorrow, we're gonna talk about your parents.
Are you in the right headspace to receive information that could possibly hurt you?
Flying my white flag, my love, where are you? My love, where are you? Whenever you're ready, whenever you're ready, whenever you're ready, whenever you're ready. Can we surrender? Can we surrender? I surrender. Ooh, oh, I surrender.
If you're someone that feels ashamed about yourself a lot or doubts yourself a lot, listen to this. When you are between the ages of 18 months to 3 years old, you are in a psychosocial stage called autonomy versus shame and doubt. Now, when you were in this stage, what you were trying to do was pull away from your parents and develop a sense of independence. If you had parents that were patient with you and encouraged you to keep trying even when you failed, then it's likely that you passed this stage. If you had a parent that constantly put you down when you didn't do things correctly or that never let you do things for yourself, you may still be in this crisis. So with parents that were supportive of you during that time in your life, it's likely that you are someone that's self-reliant and feels like they can make their own choices. If you didn't have parents like that, then then it's likely that that could be where some of your shame comes from in terms of not being able to do things other people can do or doubting what you can. And yes, this still applies to your parents today.
I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, sassy, moody.
Yeah. I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch and a bitch and a bitch and a bitch and a bitch. I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch and a bitch and a bitch and a bitch and a bitch. I'm a bitch, I'm a bitch and a bitch and a bitch.
Am I the only one that thinks about the fact that people go to therapy to deal with issues that people that should go to therapy cause?
And like if you don't have anxiety, the way I would describe it is like there's an edgy improv group in your brain. And it just needs like a one-word suggestion to spin like countless scenarios that no one's comfortable with.
This is what anxiety sounds like. I don't feel good. I'm exhausted. There's just too much going on right now. I can't relax. Please stop telling me to relax. Fuck my life. Just fuck my life. Stop. Can you just stop? Can you please just stop? No, I can't do that. I can't. Wait, what's wrong now? No. Just tell me. It doesn't always just sound like someone saying I have anxiety or I'm anxious. We use words often to describe how we think we're feeling instead of how we're actually feeling. So pay attention to the people around you and pay attention to yourself as well. If you find yourself or someone in your vicinity saying things like the examples that I gave, they might be anxious or you might be anxious. So check in. Do you trust people? If you feel like you've never been able to, maybe this is why. When you were born up until you were 18 months old, you made the decision during that time period of whether or not the world was a place to be trusted. You literally went through a psychosocial stage called trust versus mistrust. Now what this means is that if your parents were there for you or if your caregivers were there for you and you felt like you could trust them to give you what you needed, then you passed this crisis. If you felt like they weren't able to be there for you, then this might be where your trust issues started. During this stage of your life, this is when hope is first developed. So while you're just a young child, up to 18 months old, that can't really put words to how they're feeling, you likely were having thoughts of, I hope that I get the food that I need. I hope that someone changes my diaper. And if your parents were able to fulfill that hope, then that's one reason why you're able to be hopeful, happy, and trust people today. If you don't feel that way today, time to go back and take a look.